Good morning and welcome back to Collectible Scale Modeling. Today we're going to tackle painting the black on our Renault 5. And it's pretty simple. All we have to do is mask all the way around the car because all this stays yellow, this stays white. Pretty simple, right? The only problem is there's a kind of a stripe that goes all the way down this section here. And that's basically a decal. These four decals here that make up that stripe. Well, I want my black to match. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out, or I'm going to make a photocopy of this decal sheet. And then on the photocopy, we're going to cut out all four of these. And we're going to make a reverse paint mask to do that black. So what we'll do, and then when that's done, there's a little white strip along this decal, and we'll actually cut that strip out and manually use the decal for that. But the black we're going to paint. And then we're not going to worry about this section here because that's going to be that's too much work to mess with, so we're just going to paint, we're just going to do the solid sections. So I've already made photocopies. Here's one of them right here that I've already cut out. I've already made photocopies, cut them out. I've got them scanned into my computer. So let's go into the computer and make our reverse masks. Let's change cameras. All right, so let's go back to our editing software. Silhouette. Okay, so like I said, I already have these scanned in, and my pick scan mat at the moment already has a piece of tape on this area here to make our masks. So we're going to locate this, our trace panel, select trace area. Like that. Now let's zoom in and see what our lines look like. I think for our purpose, I think that is going to be good enough. So let's trace. Looks good, I think. Again, all we're concerned with is this line here, that line there, this line here, and this line here. We got that traced. We're going to send it now. And grab our mat. I'm going to close this portion since all I'm going to do, actually, wait, we need to change, because the last time I did this, I was cutting vinyl. So we're going to change this to adhesive, and we're going to come all the way down here to washi sheets, which is as close as you can get to Tamiya tape. So that automatically sets our settings up where we want it. And then we will hit send. And it will do its thing. All right, so the cutter is done. So we're going to end this part of it, and we'll be right back to the camera. Okay, we're back to the bench. We have our paint masks right here. So it should be pretty straightforward. We're going to pretend like these are the decals, because essentially they are. They're just paint masks at the moment. And grab a knife. Because now what we're going to do, we're actually just going to put the decal right on top of the model. Now I need a set of tweezers. There they are. There we go. So let's see how easy this is. So we know, let me put that off to the side, bring this into view. So we know that this line here goes along the hood. Like that. Not quite lined up. This might be a little bit more, shouldn't be very difficult. All we got to do is line up this part right there. And all the way down. And that should wrap around there. I think it could be moved over a little bit more. Right there. Now another way we could have done this is actually painted it black first and then used this paint mask to mask off the black and then paint the yellow. But that would just be unnecessary. Because then you'd have to use a lot more paint to cover the yellow. Alright, so there's that. And then we'll grab the other side, the other one rather. It should be that one because it's got the fuel area. This right about there. I don't really know how accurate this needs to be. Just a little bit. And it needs to be on that line right there. I've had coffee this morning, so trying not to shake too much. Grab a toothpick. Nope. That's a little better. Down. Now, I think I'm only going to do the one side just to make things go a little speedier. So now what we're going to do is take a knife and we're going to cut. We're going to cut. Let's cut it this way, diagonally. And we'll cut it there. This will all make sense in just 1 second. Wait. Now what we're going to do is lay this. Come on. Okay. I do not want to scratch my paint. I'm going to put that down. Lay this down like so. Well, that's not really working for me. Well, we'll just lay it down and adjust it as we need it. How about that? That's good. There. Needs to come this way just a touch. Damn it. It moved way too much. That. I think I might have moved that toothpick go. There it is. Again, we're not, the only thing we're concerned about is getting this line where it needs to be as much as possible. Now, the other one. This one we need. No, actually, let's see. Where's the rest of that decal? Or did I throw it away already? Hopefully I didn't. Bear with me. There it is. Grab one of my toothpick because my fingers are not working at the moment. So let's trim this one up a little bit with my scissors because I want to check the alignment against my photocopy. So if we were to put the rest of the decal in place, it should line up. Oh yeah, that's right on the money. Because this part of the decal we'll actually use. Even though, yeah, that black will be a little different, I don't think it'll be as noticeable as the entire stripe. So, we need take this. So we need this line here. Again, we'll cut it diagonally. Wait a minute, let me make sure I'm doing it the right way here. Don't think I am. Cut that way. Turn it this way so I can. So that all needs to be black, and that doesn't. So ooh, yeah, I did cut that almost wrong. Yeah, that's the line we want. Well, this is taking forever, isn't it? But in the end, it's going to turn out. Yeah, right there. Knife. There. Mm. Okay, we really need more of this. That I kind of forgot about. Which is this part here. And honestly shouldn't be cutting on this mat. Yeah, shouldn't have cut there. Kind of hard to see where I'm cutting. For this purpose. And now what we're going to do, I'm going to take the original mask off, since we don't really need it now. There we go. So what we're left with is we have a perfectly good mask running alongside this car that when I mask the rest of it, we won't need to use the decal. All we have to do is cut this stripe, this white stripe off, and lay it right down on top of that line. So when we come back, because I have to go get ready for work, and when we do come back, I'll have this all ready to go, and we'll, well, maybe we'll do some more masking. Who knows? But anyway, we'll be back in a little bit. And we're back. So I have already shot my black, literally just about 2 or 3 minutes ago. Uh, actually, it only took him much time to turn the computer back on and get this rolling. So let's peel tape off and see how all this masking went. Oh, bear with me a second. My computer is doing something weird. Okay, enough of that. Get done with this, I'm going to clean my bench because it's overdue. I've been doing this body work all week. To you guys, it'll be much faster, of course. Kind of have to remember what order I put this tape on, because I used a lot of it. I'm hoping that I have no bleed through anywhere that I have to repair. That would be so nice. Nothing more disappointing than some bleed through in the tape. So we're going to hope for the best. Should be all right. I put a hell of a lot of tape on it. Yeah. Yeah. See one spot on it, but I think I can wet sand it out. Another spot. Huh. Now let's see how the roof did. That's the important one. There's a little spot right there in the middle. I think it's for an antenna mount. And it's got to be black, but underneath it's got to be white. So I'm kind of nervous about that spot. But I think I did a pretty good job of masking it. So let's see. Looking good so far. Oh, yes. The roof is fantastic. I gotta get my optivisor on here and really look at it. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that, I don't know if you can see that very well. Let me raise my light a little bit. So there's an antenna mount or some kind of a mount right there. And the masking around that is superb. All right, so we've got our stripe that was going to be a decal is now paint. The line between the two is not too bad. Of course, that's going to get covered up by a kind of a white silverish stripe, so that won't be too noticeable. Ooh, I think I got something on my finger. I think I got paint on my finger somewhere. It's rubbing off on the car. So we're going to stop touching the car. So, yeah, there's the back. Looks good. We still need to paint our vents black, but those will be done by hand. So And of course, there's going to be stripes here. I'll probably give this maybe an hour, and then I'm going to start putting some decals on this after I kind of fix some of my paint mess ups. So there's a little bit of this line here isn't, let me point at it with something that's not sharp. That line's not perfect, but again, once I put the stripe on, I think it's going to hide all that. We've got a little bit there to clean up, and right there. It's kind of an odd spot. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Actually, it looks like it might rub off with a little bit of Tamiya uh, thinner. Yeah, I think it will. Because this is lacquered paint, and the acrylic thinner, I think, will work really well. Why don't we try that? Let's see if that works. Bear with me. We'll just try this right on camera. Because the white, black, all this is lacquer. Oh, sorry. I accidentally grabbed lacquer thinner. We don't want that. Okay. Tamiya X20A. So let's see if we can get that overspray taken off with just a little bit of this and a toothpick that's got some Q-tip material on the end. And we're just going to very carefully try to wipe it out. Get my light. Whoop, I just covered everything. I don't know if you'll be able to see this on camera, but there's a little bit of black right there. Not really working, but then it says lacquer paint. So it's not surprising that it's not working. So let's go get the lacquer paint. And that's going to be where my lid go. Actually, I'm going to try it on this stuff up here. I don't know what that's from. Well, that's like a gunk. It's almost like the glue from the tape. Hmm. I think that's what that was. I think that was, yeah, that's gone, thankfully. All right, so that's done. I don't see any more problems up here. Maybe a little spot right there. If I dare touch it again. Oh well. It's just a spot. We're not going to worry that much. Wow, there's actually a lot more tape residue than I thought there'd be. Huh. Oh well. As you can see, it's not doing anything to the paint, which is good. We don't want that. Now remember, this paint was just put on about 10 minutes ago. Wait a minute. Okay. This has been rolling for 12, so we'll say 15 minutes. Let's be honest. Well, that's not coming off there. I don't see any more tape residue in here. That all looks good. Well, let's grab the, oh, wait a minute. I don't know what that was, but it's off now. All right. Let's get the lacquer thinner and see if we can get that off without taking the paint off with it. Because that we definitely don't want to do. That would be disastrous. Wow, that really worked fast. Really fast. And this is to me a lacquer, and I'm using their lacquer thinner on here, so it will take this paint off if you rub too hard. There. I don't know if I dare touch this anymore as I'm continuing to touch it. We're going to call that good, because right now it just looks more like a smudge in the white. I can live with that. A little dot there, but I'm pretty sure that's from me hitting the bumper with a knife or something. I'm not going to worry about it. That's just a little dot. So there we go. The line on the top is fantastic. It's exactly what I wanted. It's actually pretty dry. I think I could go ahead and start on decals, but I'll give it another hour. Why not? So with that, I'm going to end this video. And my next video, I think we're going to cover decals. So that's going to be a long one. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. And if you got any comments, let me know. Thank you.